Our lovely Bear's with us. He says none of that's possible without a bit of brain fuel, and he's here now. Hiya, Bear.
Nice to see you.
So nice to see you.
We're normally seeing Action Bear all the time, but this is a very different mission, isn't it? Tell us all about it.
Well, it's designed for young people. It's called Mind Fuel. I think, as you guys know, there is so much uncertainty for young people out there at the moment, and mental health is something that all of us need to do whatever we can to try and be on the front foot in life. You know, I call it mental fitness because it's something we can build and we can do something to help ourselves with. So this is written for young people, so they're ready for the challenges of life that, as you know, they're going to come at us. They do come at us. And I think young people are facing, you know, it's that mix of climate change and you know, coming out of COVID stuff and war. And, you know, it's like they've never experienced such a fast change of life. And it's hard to feel totally prepared for that. And I think school does a good job, but they're on the back foot trying to teach stuff. Yeah. But actually teaching the life skills, so how you can be mentally strong for the storms that all of us go through. And that's what Mind Fuel Young Explorer is about. Simple, relevant, practical things that young people can do to be mentally strong.
The thing is, I guess when we were kids, you were sort of shielded from it because it wasn't as accessible, it wasn't as available. Like, I remember I'd go home and I'd get a glimpse of the news at 6 o'clock. Yeah. My parents watching it, or I'd hear it on the radio. But for the most part, you could live your life in a kind of, you kind of a little bit of a bubble in the back when you were kids, which is what children should.
But in a way, that's kind of how, you know, it was a natural way, wasn't it? And it meant as you're exposed to challenges, it's not all at once.
No.
But I think social media and stuff and many other things make it all so immediate. Yeah. And, you know, we tend to read the horror stories in the newspapers, but my experience as Chief Scout is young people are actually incredibly smart, incredibly resilient, but they want resources, they want tools that are practical and that can help them.
How do you stay in tune with the youngsters as well? Because I know you're approaching the big 5-0 very shortly. How do you know what the word on the street? I know you're an ambassador of the Scouts, but do you think it's through your kids as well, the fact that you've got teenagers?
Well, 3 teenagers definitely keeps you honest. In fact, our eldest now is just 20, so he's out of teenage years. But, you know, I think parenthood full stop is challenging. Yeah. But if you think parenthood is challenging, try be the teenager now. I think that's a really challenging one. And all of us as parents, we want to do stuff that just helps and resources young people. And like I say, as Chief Scout, I see that close up every day. Yeah. You know, is on one hand, kids are smart and they are adapting, but on the other hand, it's like life is a million miles an hour. And, you know, I think in many ways you often leave school a bit on the back foot, you know, a bit not quite prepared, as the Scouts say. You want to be prepared. Yeah. So Mind Fuel is designed to help prepare young people for those storms. I mean,
I just read this stat this morning, 1 in 6 5 to 16-year-old, this is from 2021, is kind of experienced some kind of mental health problems. You give them some specific tips about overcoming anxiety. One of the ones that I took was routine, which is really interesting. Can you talk us through a bit of that?
I like that. So, all of these things are simple building blocks, but I think having a routine in life, whatever it is, gives you a structure, doesn't it, for the day? It might be like, OK, I'm gonna, you know, go to school and then, but actually, instead of just sitting around my phone afterwards, I'm gonna go for a fast walk with a dog, 15 minutes, you know, 3 times a week, or whatever it is. Build your structure. But a lot of it's things like, you know, spend more time outdoors. I mean, I know it sounds obvious, but unless you consciously do it, you end up spending all your time indoors under these sort of lights, and it's, you know, school lights, and actually we're designed, nature wants to heal us. When you walk with a friend outside, maybe it's getting off the bus to stop early and walking the last 10 minutes to school with a friend. You know, the act of being outside in fresh air, taking exercise, talking to a friend, getting the vitamin D.
So true.
You know, simple things like that.
I read in your book as well the fact that you should just make your bed every day. Well, do that simple thing.
I love that. And again, you know, it's simple things, but it's something that means you start on the front foot of the day. Like, I've made it good, this is going to be a great day. And things like set yourself some goals, some targets, and then give yourself permission to fail. Just go, you know, I'm going to go for that thing. There's a strong likelihood we're not going to do it, but that's OK. So it's like you develop this resilience and ability to bounce back from failures that, again, young people don't get a lot of time in school. It's like, oh, I don't want to go for that in case I don't get it. But if you, like, say, set the goals, accept that you're going to fail a bit, and then keep going. And like each failure is a stepping stone to the good stuff. So all of this stuff is simple. The one I really like is be the most enthusiastic person you know. My dad used to say that. He said, you don't have to be the cleverest, luckily, the sportiest or the biggest or strongest. You don't have to win at everything. But if you turn up on time looking smart with a really enthusiastic attitude...
That's so true.
That's what I love about you as well, Bear. I mean, you know, you've been through quite a lot. You lost your dad quite young and he was a big hero of yours. You know, you had your accident parachuting and then you got up and climbed Everest off the back of it. Where did you find that fortitude? How did you...
I think you cling to simple things. You know, and something like that, of like, I'm going to choose, like putting on my shirt in the morning, I'm going to put on a really enthusiastic attitude and do my best. You know, it's that Scout thing of do your best. It's not be the best, it's do your best. There's a power to those simple things, and they're the lessons that always historically our grandparents and our parents would spend time and you'd pass on, and that does still happen, but sometimes the pace of life just runs away and we miss some of these simple lessons. And I mean, you know, Dermot, you're a dad, and it's these simple things have power, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I've just started out on my journey, and I'm not just saying this, but if I do half a job that she's done, then I'll be
So tell me about your children, Alice.
I've only got the one.
Yeah.
He's 18 now.
Well, there you go. Well,
Sorry, he's 19 now. I do apologise. It was our birthday. We shared at the same birthday. But yeah,
so fun.
Do you know what? He's totally... He's on it. His mind is on it, and everything that you're saying, I see in my son. So
yeah, but he's got that probably from you.
Maybe.
You know, it's like what do they say? Parenthood. Example.
I think he's better than me, though. For some reason,
I mean, that's almost what you want.
Wanted. Exactly. I think his mind is better than mine. Everything. He's amazing.
So nice.
What's his name?
Aidan.
Awesome. Aidan, come on.
He's a great lad.
What a mum you got.
Thanks, Bear. It's lovely to get you on the couch and just talk about something different as well. You know, it's brilliant. It's Mind Fuel for Young Explorers, Simple Ways to Build Mental Resilience by Bear is out now. Thanks, Bear.
Thank you.